The bronze look good. The bronze look real good.
But I have a weird one.
So this is my shifter cable now. What the fuck? Flick the switch. Okay, ground's grounded to light the tank. Alright, that's both of them done. Next episode, we're making a bloody time bomb. Alright. Bloody AU Falcon Burnout car. We're back. I say we're back, but it's been every bloody week, or for me, pretty much every bloody day, because I'm trying to send this content and try go somewhere, let alone get this thing bloody done. I need it done. We gotta go to the truck, and I need to keep making content for you guys, because you know I'm trying to make some moves in the whole YouTube land of YouTube, and do some cool things that I know I can do, but I need your support. So I'm not gonna leave this to the end this time. I'm gonna start it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because we got some cool stuff. We got the bloody AU Falcon Burnout car, which if you haven't seen any of the other videos, there's a lot done to this thing now. It's probably also getting boosted soon. But there's a lot done to this thing now. The whole bloody thing has gone a bit haywire. It's just meant to be a fun skid pig. But now we've fell into a trap of just everything. The hitch is on the cards. This thing will be pushing about 500 kilowatts soon. That truck is getting converted to a four-wheel drive. That Hilux, I say Hilux, but it's just a chassis sitting in the trees. That Hilux, RZM 149 rear-wheel drive Hilux, that thing is going full comp spec drift car. I have a video ages ago of me completely cutting off the front. It's literally just cab, no front, no bloody, whatever you call these things, they're all gone. It's getting tubed front end, full drift car. So, if you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, I can send these builds and we can do some cool things. And maybe on the cards is a Unimog soon. But that's all for later. For now, we're going to continue on this. And this, we're basically almost getting this thing wrapped up. I mentioned in the last one, this video will pretty much be the rest of everything, but we don't have a hot side. I've been looking for a cheap extractors on Facebook Marketplace, because I don't want to buy brand new ones and spend the money on them when I want to boost this thing soon. So it's either I find cheap ones, or I'm going to find a cheap turbo kit and then just custom make a turbo manifold for this thing. Then it'll be boosted. Don't really know. But in this one, we're basically wrapping up most of it. There's going to be a little bit more wiring stuff. I got to wire the alternator to the relay box inside the cab, because I keep having to open this just to put the stick in. Obviously, it's been stripped. There's no fuse box, no nothing in here. So I got to wire that to the alternator from the relay box in the cab. I've got some other wiring of the thermo fans, the fuel pump, bloody, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Oil pressure sender, probably the fuel gauge thingo, if I can find my 240 ohm resistor, and a couple things. Yes, if you haven't seen any of the last ones, there is now a complete fuel cell, as you saw the fuel cell on the back. It's fully plumbed in to the fuel rail, fuel pressure reg. I've done a custom radiator setup, which is on a fancy angle, just because I needed to fit things, to get rid of the eggshells and all that bullshit. The whole bay's been stripped, wire tucked everything, so you don't really see any wires but that back there, and very annoyingly, the coil leads. So, I guess, let's just, send this thing and just keep going and getting all the little things checked off so we can basically finish it and, almost get it to the track skidding. Because, as soon as this is done, we're going to probably Wednesday night burnout event at bloody, not this Wednesday, but whenever it's done. Wednesday nights, they normally do burnouts at Sydney Raceway, so this is going straight there. Or if anyone's got a skid pad around the Sydney area and will let me come do some skids, either way. But I'm gonna get the alternator wired up, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I've got some wire and stuff for it, and then we're just gonna get it done. Right, so I got some thicker gauge wire. I've got the exact thickness of it, but got him. Some of these bloody crimpy McNoodles. That obviously needs to go onto the pin. There's also a plug that I'm gonna need to extend a wire or something. My plan is kind of just to tuck it down under, probably, sorry, up here around with this other wiring harness, which I tucked and did all the stuff to. And that needs to go to this relay box, which I got to get out. Take out the existing, take out this one. So this is also the plug here. I got to trace the 2 wires in it. I don't really remember where I put them, but basically replace this with that other wire and lead it all the way from where this one connects to with the screw bolt in the relay box to where I was showing you. So I'm gonna start pulling all the shenanigans apart and getting that started to be wired, I guess. Right, so I've got this side done. Red wire is attached to here. This yellow wire has been soldered and extended. I only had black wire. And I got red as well, but yeah, I'll just use black because fuck them. So that's ready. Now I can put this back up there where I need it, and I can work on this side. I've also got this one attached because that's basically the right length for I need to go up here. But I got to put it back, see the length I need for this, see the length I need for this, and then that can all get cleaned up, tucked up, and that is the alternator wired in. We're all right. Plugs in, red wires in, it tucks under, it goes forward for a bit to the headlight loom. Purely, I want to just keep it away from the wheel and anything that's going to be mayhem. Up, around, into the cab. I didn't even have to cut the red wire. I literally guessed the length of it perfectly. And then obviously that goes down, under, and where it needs to go. I got to still zip tie that up, that's right. But that's alternator, all wired. So the battery system's now done, other than I gotta re-ground this, which I'm just gonna ground to the body and hope for the best at the moment. Right, well, I was going to wire up with this, the connector, that chassis ground or body ground, and then I was gonna add my extra ground to the bell housing, but guess what? Some dickhead, me, forgot to get more wire for that. So I can't do that because I need a thick gauge wire. I don't really have any. I got some like a bunch of random small bits, but nothing that's going to do the whole thing. So I guess I'm not doing that now. But oh, shit, in this random box of wiring bullshit. Yes, we will wire in the fans and the pump. So got a bunch of these relays and relay holders. Go through, probably gonna put the relays and all that goodness somewhere up under the dash. Light them up there. So pretty easy. I'll show you when I sorry, I almost just like internally died then. I'll show you when I'm doing them. Sort of what I'm going to wire what to, how I'm going to do it. But fuel pump will be turned on by ignition. Fans will be turned on by switch. Alright, I think I decided I'm actually just going to run them both off one relay, to be honest, because I can make it neater. So I think the plan is splice this one into this one, about like there, so that tucks those wires down under the fans. This one's going to continue, basically come through here with a wire, have the wire that goes to the relay, follow all this, have the negative go to all these negatives, which will just get grounded with the headlight grounds. So all that can basically just get spliced, one wire extended all the way around, and yeah, so I'm going to do some splicing, extending, and then I'll figure out the rest, but pretty easy. Right, so I forgot where they are. Fans, the front ones. I will get a 2-wire plug to basically put in there, so that I can unplug them. But they run up in here. Negative goes to where I was talking about. Positive runs all the way. I'll grab this as we go. Positive goes all the way in. I think, taking out the center dash facial thing, I'm just gonna mount them on here. Something like that. So I'll have them just lined up here. Kind of easy access. I got my power for the fans here. I'm gonna go wire this in. So, essentially, from what I remember, I will confirm, the bottom is whatever you're trying to power. So this one from the fans goes into the bottom. The top is power itself, which I'm gonna run one from the battery into this, and then that will just loop between all of them. Then I think this one's switch, which will be directly to my switch, and then this one's ground, which I'm just gonna ground it onto this metal plate where I'm mounting them, and then again loop them between all the relays I need. So nice and easy. Guess I'll wire in the relay and then do the fuel pump one, which is going to be the same thing. I should be able to just put that ground on for now, so I can test the power and test the fans and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna wire in a bloody relays. Nice and easy. So we get in there, I've wired grounds and everything in. Oh, we're going to take an intermission. These rotors, 1, 2. Well, this one's got a crack rim, which I may try fix, because I may put them on this to look better, because it's one of my adventures today. We got bronze doggies now. The rears need to be paint matched, or powder coated matched on because it's still black. But the bronze look good. The bronze look real good. So I may try to fix this rim actually. It's a pretty bad crack, but if I can fix it, I got these spare. I can go on this, and I can. This won't be silver for long, but for the time being, almost matching Falcons with the same rims. Should be pretty cool. But yeah, this is going to tail soon. But well, Falcons, same rims. Anyway, I'm gonna keep wiring. Right, so we're all wired in. The negative and positive power are looped between the two relays. We got ground, we got switch. I got like a bulkhead thing up here somewhere, which went to my alternator wire there to kind of extend it. That has just attached this, so I can use that for attaching grounds, positives and everything. So I'm gonna quickly hook up just this negative, so at least I can get some power, and then I'm gonna see if my fans work. But I have a weird one. So I connected up my ground to do the test. Then I got a lot of smoke. I almost burnt my fingers because I touched it for some fuck knows reason, but I got a lot of smoke. And I was like, what is happening? My wiring has fucked it. No. My shifter cable decided to completely melt itself. The whole way. So, my shifter cable just basically caught fire. Out of anything that I thought was going to happen, I did not expect my shifter cable to melt itself. And then I laid in a puddle of water, so now I'm dripping wet. But I now need a new shifter cable. That's one thing. Because that's... well, it melted itself. And I don't know why. I think maybe because it's grounded to the body, my battery, that there was a piece of metal from my body touching the metal in the shifter cable, and then that just shriveled it. Out of everything that could have happened, out of all the wiring that I chopped, why my shifter cable melt? What the fuck? So this is my shifter cable now. What the fuck? So clearly, it must have been scraped and the metal contacted the metal and it grounded it all. And then just exploded and melted. The battery's connected. We definitely have power because the hazards work. I'm not seeing any more smoking or any more issues. So they look good. I don't know why that happened. Even like, so now I would think if I touch like where it started melting, it'd be hot. No, it's not. Like, the gearbox wires down here, where it kind of touches, they're all fine. So I don't really know what just happened. All I know is my shifter cable exploded, but I got power. So, theoretically, without ignition, I should be able to... No. Now, ultimately, if I turn this on, back to ignition, my ECU does have power. That's good. Buddy. This thing's going crackhead mode. Has my dash turned on yet? What? My dash is turning on. This is good. I don't smell any burning. We got dash. We got ECU. So my issue was, ignore the ground wire on the bloody switch. Just say, because this goes to, hang on, I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing while this, but this wire, it now goes to a 12 volt source, for example, and then if I touch it onto the other wire of the switch, because it's a closed circuit. Now it doesn't work. I'll turn it on. My fan turned on. Don't worry about the relay having a seizure, that was just because of the thing. So, I'm going to wire this into the relay, and then the other side into 12 volt. That's my bad. So now, after all that time, flick the switch. Both fans are on. So they're pulling the air through, which is good, because you don't want it pushing the hot air from the engine through. So, happy days. That took way longer than it bloody should have, because, I don't know. I don't know. I made one simple mistake, but we got there. That's good. Alright. I made one little change, sorry. I made one little change. So, the relay, that will be for the fuel pump. Basically, I disconnected the little hoop between the two 12 volt power, spliced into each separate one a fuse link, which I should have done, but I just didn't because I was like, yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, well, I'm doing things proper, so we do. So now I can have like a 20 amp fuse that goes between the 12 volt power to the fuel pump relay, and a 40 amp fuse that goes from the fan power. So they can be fused. They're all good. They're all good. Now I need to do the fuel pump, which I've already got positive, I've already got negative. All I need to do is run into the bottom one, the actual fuel pump positive, and into the left one, switch 12 volt, and then obviously ground the fuel pump itself. Alright, so we went ahead and we wired in the ignition wire into this relay box. I had a bunch of spares if you saw my wiring video a while ago. Wiring video, apparently they just keep on coming. But if you saw like the full rewire video, I basically located a bunch of spares so that I could tap into them when I need them. So now we got the pump. So the ground, I'm just going to ground to the chassis pretty close to it. And then the positive, well, I got to run all the way through the car, along the chassis, out one of these things over here, like the plugs, up and around the dash and into there. So gonna get that one all wired. Right, all wired in. Like I was saying, negative on the pump is just grounded to chassis, basically where I mounted the little mounting bracket for the pump. Positive is wired in, then ignition. So, once I flick this, I should hear, I don't know if you will, but I should hear, neat. Okay. You definitely may have been able to hear that. That was loud as shit. I had to quickly turn it off because there's nothing in it, so it's just dry pumping, which is not good for a fuel pump. But that works. Fuel pump went meh on ignition, so that's good. We got fuel pump. Now that they're fully secured down, everything's wired in, everything's happy. Good shit. Now, in my mess of a floor, well, this wire, which this is for oil pressure. So this should, in this something, have a 5 volt, a signal and a ground. Which, behind here, which I'm going to have to pull apart, we've got the I/O expander box for this. It's got to get wired into analog input, the 5 volt, boop, boop, and a sensor ground. So I'm going to wire them in. I'll show you once I pull stuff out. I say this all the time, I'll do this and show you. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to grow. Help me grow, please. But anyway, pull this all apart, wire that in, so that's all ready. Then once I can do it now because I can turn on the car, but then I just got to configure in the settings what the sensor does for everything, and then that is good. We should have oil pressure on the dash. Then I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of getting to the point that this car's basically done, but I'm running out of parts and money, so gotta get this new shifter cable. I really want to boost this thing before it's done, which I can probably do hopefully soon. I need a throttle cable, so basically turbo stuff, shifter cable, throttle cable. This is done, so almost there. I just need more money. Don't know how that's gonna happen, but anyways, let's get this wired in. Oh, another thing I want to do, which I'll do this episode. Oh, they're going everywhere now. So I'm gonna paint it soon, but I'm semi-putting it off because this is the AU front end. I really want to put the Fairlane, I think it's Fairlane, I don't really know, the one that looks like a chaser on the front, and do a chaser bar and chaser skirts and everything. Basically make this thing look like a chaser, which is my favourite car, hence why this gorgeous boy is named Chaser. Then I'm going to paint it, so I don't know which order is going to happen because I want to do that front end. Yeah, the reason why also, if you haven't noticed, this thing has gone very like drift car spec for a burnout car is because it may go into a drift car eventually. My heart's more in drifting, it's always been, but since it's auto and I've just kind of been sending it, it's going to be a burnout car for a bit so I can party and do burnouts and try all that stuff for a bit. Because I got another drift car down there that I need to build, the Hilux. But for now, oh yeah, that's what I was I want to make the tray look better. So I'm leaving this tray because I like it, but the tail lights, firstly, you can't see them. They're kind of hidden. So I'm going to try and put this bar in here, and then the reverse light in here. So it's kind of in the tray, seamless. Looks better. So we'll do that after we finish wiring the dash and stuff. Right, so that's wired in. We got sensor, the signal, which goes to 24, which accumulates to analog 0. 5 volt power, which goes to 29, which is an output of 5 volt from this. And then sensor ground, which goes to 25. So they're all wired. I haven't heat shrink this one yet because I want to wire in my fuel gauge. Right, so I can't find any of my 240s, but I have a bunch of 220s, which I looked up and it should work. So I've got the little picture, this little thing. So I don't know if you're going to see that, but essentially this red wire goes into the resistor from a 5-volt power, which is going to be this one. Then pin 7 on the sender wire, so the sender wire is going to come from the tank, and then pin 7 is obviously going to come out of pin 7. They tie into that and tie into that. So something like this, it should work. And then you just got to do all the, from this link, you do all the programming into what kind of does what. For the, I think it's 0 to 90 ohms this sender, but I gotta find the tank again and look it up. I just gotta figure out which wire is which, or if it even matters. But one of them I need to just ground probably to the bolt of the fuel cell I'm gonna do, and the other one, well, I need to run it. I'll probably tuck it down under back here, wire it all up. Alright, so I just did some checks with the voltmeter. Firstly, I'll know if I ever hit 0 fuel, I'm really on about, what's that? About half a tank. The sender doesn't go all the way. So I'll know if I'm on 0, I've still got a fair bit to go, which is nice, but it's not nice. It'd be nicer if it was all the way. But these can go either way, and it's really empty is 0.08 and full is 0.98. So pretty close, but yeah. Okay, ground's grounded to like the tank. Then we got 5-volt, 220 ohm resist, not 240. We got the sender from the tank, and then pin 7. So essentially, that should be good. So I'm gonna now put the dash back in. The fuel pump can't turn on because there's no bloody relay, so I can turn on the ignition. I'm gonna put the values, which, like I was showing that link, it's got a thing that you put in all your ohms and stuff, and it gives you the values. I'm gonna test it, because again, I've never got this to work before. I'm confident about this. I don't think I've ever done it like this before. I've always been a bit stupid and never done it right. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna get everything connected, everything cleaned up, get the dash back in, and then we'll see if I've done it. But the number moves, not the bar. So that's good. That means I have wired it in correctly, and that works. Good news. I just gotta play around with the dash to make it work fully, but we now have a fuel gauge. Happy days. So now I think I'm gonna play around with some tail lights, make them look fancy. Basically, the gist is gonna be, it's gonna be mounted in there, central, wherever I kind of want it, which will probably be out the side, and then this one for the reverse lamp will be there. But I'll figure out where I gotta drill the holes, which I think is literally gonna be dead center of this, and it's gonna be sitting kind of on that, which is alright. But suss it, I may need to cut out that lip to be able to do it. Well, the camera died. Anyway, so yeah, this lip probably needs to get cut out. And drill the holes, center it, drill a big hole for all this wiring, which doesn't seem to be bigger than that, so I should be able to get it all through. And then this one, this will probably need a big square for it to go in, but we'll start figuring things out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this back lip will definitely need to be cut out to be able to do what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna do some measurements and make some holes. Something like that. These are a little bit more in your face than now I was expecting. But all in all, that's cleaner and well, more visible than that. Not bad. I'm gonna paint the tray. Will definitely make it look better. That's not bad. Alright, that's both of them done. That looks a lot better. Especially when I dump it, it'll look pretty sick. Anyway, that's it for this one. Just finishing off bloody wiring and making the rear look a bit better. So, as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I've got some cool stuff going on in the future, and on this thing soon of boosting it on all that fun fancy things. So all the support will help basically allow me to be able to do it. So yeah, next episode we're making a bloody time bomb. If you can guess what that means, we're making a time bomb. It's got something to do in the rear of the car.